since I switched over to ProCare, definite difference.
Mm-hmm. Definitely feel a lot better too.
Hey,
Like
Jay.
I've tried all these. Hey Jay, I've tried all the other type of vitamin supplements for people in bariatric. This has been the most consistent one as far as how it accepts in your body and what it supports and supplies. So definitely get these, guys.
Yeah. And when you go onto their website, they actually have it broken down where, depending on your surgery and stuff, they'll actually lead you in that direction. So,
Mm-hmm.
good stuff on that site.
And on top of that, they have support groups because if you didn't notice, we have something coming on tomorrow, 5 p.m. Central Time. I don't know the other times. It's not tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow, but it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific.
6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Gotcha. But we're going to be on there talking about what we are about, Bari Male Experience. What we're talking about in the bariatric community for men, why we feel that men should have a voice in this community, and what that voice will look like. So,
I mean, our journeys have dictated what we were missing in the community and why BME became a platform itself, and basically how it's basically transformed from what the original idea was, because we've discovered so much in this very short time just by talking with other bariatric men within the community and how important certain parts of this journey are for us. And that's what actually led us to collaborate with Ryan, and now Ryan's with us as a part of BME, and the platform continues to grow.
yeah, we'll keep on building, guys, because it's important to us. Like, we're trying to get 100 men to bariatric retreat, and that's November 7th through the 10th. So please go get your tickets. The code for us is BME. You get a discount on top of that.
Let's speak about how bad we're trying to get men to the bariatric retreat real quick. In the bio, you'll find a link if you're interested in going to attend the bariatric retreat. Bari Male Experience is teamed with Bariatric Society and Bari Nation to raise money, which we will all match to buy a ticket for a male to attend the bariatric retreat. So if you're a male in the comments, or you know a male who's interested in going to the bariatric retreat in November in San Diego, please don't hesitate to check out the link in the bio, fill out an application, read the fine print, and let us know. We'd like to have you and see you there for sure.
For sure.
We're trying to build the community of men. We're trying to build the support group for men. And what better way to really get to know people than to actually meet them in person and interact with them? Rab and I got to meet back in, February or March?
February and March.
I mean, we had the best time. And we've had the opportunity to hang out a couple more times since then. I'm really excited about getting to meet Ryan over in San Diego, because this gives us a chance. I mean, we all interact with each other on this platform, or whether it's on a phone call. But to really get to hang out and be bros and stuff, this is exciting. This is good stuff, because we share the experience together, and I really feel like that as we grow the community, more and more men have come out of the woodworks and sharing their journeys, and are being more vocal and are being noticed within the community. And again, the more we build this community, the bigger support we can build for all of us.
Yeah, and to build on that, just this morning we had released another link in the bio for Slack app. If any of you gentlemen in the comments who are watching the panel, you can also go into the link in the bio and check out the Slack app. It's a space. It's kind of like Discord, but it's a space where all of us men in the community can meet and talk and chat and release whatever energy that we're feeling throughout the day amongst each other. We got about 10 or 15 members right now already, so it's starting to build, and that's awesome too.
Yeah, and and this is a way for us to check in with each other every day, and just to kind of like say good morning and see how everyone is doing. And if you're not feeling the vibes for the day, put that in there, and people will be there to reach out to you.
Mm-hmm. In a supportive community where we all have the ability to have a voice and speak what's on our mind to other men. Because I know for me, growing up, I can be around guys, but I never had the ability to have a voice around guys as far as my mental, how I'm feeling. Everything is, I'm good, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing about like, what does that good look like for you today? Right? So this is giving the ability for men to have that voice and speak out on where they're at in that day, right? Like guys telling you, like, I had a tough day, right? And be able to vocalize that without feeling like I don't want to put my burden and problems. No, this is a space of community in which you can feel heard and make your problems visible, and you have the connection and support around you where people can assist in maybe addressing what's going on with you.
And there are some days you just need to like vent. You just need to get it out of your system. Don't hold that stuff in. As men, I feel like because we don't feel like we have a voice or we don't want to be a burden on people, we tend to hold on to things. And we take on that weight, and it breaks you down. So being able to vocalize these things and to get it out of your system and to be able to share that space with someone who can empathize with you, it means a lot.
In some instances, as we all know, though, speaking of that, of last week, in some instances, it is a good thing to kind of hold it in, but to kind of talk to someone ahead of time, as you saw with my post that I had posted last week, I have recently taken it down. And since there's 28 people in here, I'd like to take this time to apologize to any of you all who I may have thrown off or offended or may feel some type of way, that looks forward to me being this strong guy or being in a space where I'm always okay, and I'm a real human being. I'm 100% struggling every once in a while, and I go through things too. But the way that I conducted it, not speaking to my team about it ahead of time, honestly, at the end of the day, I make those decisions, and that was not the right decision at that time. And I've apologized to my team, Tony, Ryan, and Shar alike, and that was, my mistake, and I apologized for that. But this shit is real, y'all. This pain is real. It's alive. I love y'all, and I tell you, there's no way possible that I could take off from this platform because you all truly keep me going. And that's not just my Barry Male Experience family, but that is absolutely you all as well. And I appreciate all the comments that I received from that post. I know a lot of you tried to inbox me. For some strange reason, TikTok has my DMs blocked, but you DM me in Barry Male Experience. I appreciate each and every one of you for reaching out, and I love y'all just as much as you love me. So thanks for having me here and back. Key, I see you. I appreciate you. And this stuff is real. And if you all ever need someone to reach out to, this is the team to reach out to. If you can't get in touch with your therapist or your providers, we're here to show you some love and support at the least. So just keep that in mind. And I appreciate you guys.
We love you, Ray.
Love you back.
Always
man.
got your back.
And What's up, Ray?
Speaking of other people we love our friend VSG Bestie. And she is live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific with her TikTok live podcast, Talk Barry to Me. And our friends Kate and Anna are on every other Monday with Barry Unfiltered. Of course, the boys are here for Taco Tuesday. And then pretty much on the Wednesdays when they can be available, we have our friends, the Bari sisters, with Cara, Bree, and Janae. So definitely, if you can see them, any of these guys live, we are all big proprietors and supporters within the community, and we try to provide everyone with relatable topics, and we try to give value to what you guys can visually and basically just digest as far as bariatric content. We try to answer as many questions as possible just through what we provide for you guys. And again, there's so many people on this platform that go live every single day that, that I truly appreciate. And again, we're live once a week. We have a couple other things that we do as far as mental health and stuff. But again, there are people in this community that are live every single day. And they provide support and constant, they feed into the community and they pour themselves into the community. So again, don't forget those people, and make sure that you follow as many people as you can in this community, because there are a lot of good people here and a lot of people that I truly appreciate and follow, and really feel like make the community a great place to be in.
That's right, Amber. And we can't forget, please, y'all, you get a chance in the 24 hours of your day, if you're interested, and you missed our live, head on over to YouTube and subscribe. We're at 97 subscriptions right now. It would be such a great momentum to hit that 100 mark. So if you can head on over to YouTube when you get a moment and subscribe, we appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, let's get that up going, guys. Let's get to 100 by the end of this week.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So we are just waiting on our guest to come on.
I seen him
Yes,
in here.
yeah, he popped in. Let's get DrWeight up here.
DrWeight.
Doctor.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Welcome to the live, Jason Smith.
What's up, Jason? Nation.
There he is.
What's going on, DrWeight?
Yo. What's up, fellas?
How you doing?
Feeling?
I'm all right, man.
Are you doing all right?
How you feeling today?
Man, life is life. What's up, man? What's up?
Hey, how you feeling, man?
I was wondering if you put that new tripod together yet or not.
Yeah, I did, man. I like it, man. I like it. I had to, get the content out for that, man. But how y'all doing tonight?
Good,
Doing good, man. We're here for you today. We're here for your story. We're here for your wisdom. We're just here to kind of hear how we get here and where we're at. Because I want to introduce this piece to you. Your starting weight was 840, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in the past 3 months, you've lost over 200 pounds, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. And in this journey, which I love, because personally, this is where I started. I started at 835. And I know that first 3 months is the most toughest part. Mentally getting that momentum, right? And being consistent, man, and showing up for yourself. I think that's beautiful. So I wanted to just say this intro, man. You're at the best position in your life right now. Yes, so I wanted to say, man, I congratulate you for where you're at, and I'm all here for the support and getting where you need to get for where you want to be, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, the faith of what you have now, you don't have to necessarily see the vision, but when you get there, you're gonna be like, man, it's beautiful. It'll be there. So I'm gonna be quiet right now, but I want you to come and tell us about your story and what got you here and what's going on.
Yeah, we can also start on the fact too. We've said this many a times before, and I don't want to cut you off, DrWeight, but I just want to make sure that we emphasize that bariatric is anyone on a weight loss journey. DrWeight is doing this natural. Yeah. So let's start with there. Why natural?
So I'm not healthy enough for the regular surgery. As much as the doctor said that it would have been a good look, because the motivation I have, he's seen, and he said that would have been a very great turnaround. I'd have been a very success story for him. But he said as much as he wanted to try that, he wanted to make sure that I was healthy and not, So we didn't risk it. So I just been losing it naturally. And my heart's not healthy enough. So naturally I'm losing it. I don't know how I'm doing it that fast. But I know most of it was probably water weight, but all weight is weight, as we know. So I was unhealthy and is just trying to change myself pretty much. So the story of a heavy set man, it's like it's a very dangerous thing. No matter what people say or how they say you should be comfortable in your own skin, technically you're not comfortable because if you can walk 2 feet and you barely can breathe, then that's not, you know, it's not safe, man. So at the end of the day, I almost lost my life. I ended up in the hospital. Um, and basically, I had made unhealthy decisions. It started about 4 years ago. I moved into this apartment. It wasn't handicap accessible, so I couldn't move around like that. So it's already non-motivating. Um, Calling up to the insurance company, asking them for certain things such as equipment, tools, and trying to get things that I need so that I can, move around. And instead of being immobile, and the insurance company say, well, that's not an emergency need at the moment. So because they're not on the inside looking at it, it's just paperwork to them. So because it's just paperwork to them, if it's not an emergency or I'm not dying, then it's not worth paying for at that moment. We got other people that got other issues going on, which I understand. But at that moment, I could have saved my life, with those utensils. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that is an emergency. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
they don't look at it like that. So therefore, it drove me to depression. I closed myself out from the world as social media because seeing my friends doing things that I couldn't do, it brought up a jealousy in me. Like I don't know. I mean that wasn't. I felt like it wasn't fair to me. I felt
Mm-hmm.
like the world owed me something, which they don't. But I just felt like if I can't do it, why y'all doing it in front of my face? So I left social media, um, and I just closed myself off the world and I enter into a virtual world, but sometimes I used to have problems with remembering that virtual world isn't reality. So because I didn't like my real life, I stuck to virtual games and met friends, and they didn't care about what I looked like because we was never on camera and stuff. So I built a relationship with these people, but at the end of the day, I was still ruining my real life. So I would sit there and I wouldn't eat regular food. I was a junk food fanatic. One bag of chips turned into two, two turned into three, 2 liter sodas all day long. Not making the right decisions. And by the time I look down, boom, I'm like the world's biggest man in Delaware. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like um, a spiral, just a spiral type of situation. But I'm here to tell y'all today, man. Don't sit there and say it's too late and then add on to it more. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you see you dig that hole and you in the shit, excuse my language, get out of it. Just get out of it. Just stop yourself, realize that it's okay to make the wrong decisions, but don't keep on making them because you already made them. Just stop it and change. Just find that motivation to change. Whatever you got to do, dig deep down in yourself. Just dig deep down and just realize like I messed up, and it's okay that I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But push yourself, save your life, and the people that love you, that are for you, will make sure that you make those decisions the right way. Okay, don't sit up and there are enablers in our life that love us. Okay, they don't do it on purpose. They're just used to seeing you that way, and they benefit from it. All right, I had a conversation with them about that, and I
Mm-hmm.
know some of us out there aren't able to, have that willpower in us, and the people that we have around us, we look to them to help us. But you got to be careful with that. You can't depend on everybody because the same person that say they love you are the ones that enable you and let you know that it's okay to be that way, and it's not. And those are the most dangerous things in your life. That is very poisonous. and love is blind. Love is blind, man.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm running around telling you I love you all day, and I say you're okay, being that size, you're gonna run with it because you're like, oh well, somebody loves me this way, so I don't have to change that. But no, if you want to stay alive, then change yourself. Okay,
So
and
let me
then
ask you this: when
what's
it
up?
comes to that pivotal point, right? Like, what got you to where you're physically located now? Like that point
Okay,
of saying,
so
"Hey, I want to change this," or I'm forced to kind of change this right now.
the doctor, I never met somebody so blunt in my life, and I wanted to slap the doctor. I honestly wanted to hurt the doctor because the way he came in the room and he said, I can't do no surgery on you. You have a blood clot on your lungs. You have a blood clot on your leg, two of them, and I can't do no surgery. I don't even want to touch you because if I touch you, you're going to die on the table, and you're dying right now. So I want to let you know.
Mm,
Tell your sister to come over here and make funeral arrangements. And at that moment, I remember me always saying, "I'm ready to go. I don't care. I
mm.
don't care. I'm ready to go." And when that doctor said that, I was like, "Holy, it's
It's
that."
real.
Yeah, it's to the point where I'm really about to go. So all this playing around and sympathy to myself, and I'm ready to check out, knowing damn well I'm not. But it's just an excuse to say it's okay to do the wrong things. Okay, until it's time to pay the reaper. Okay,
Mm.
when you got to pay that toll, and you realize that it's that time to check out, you really don't want to go. And you
Now
don't
with
want
it,
someone telling you that your time is almost up either. It's very, very humiliating, embarrassing, and it's quite lonely and dark.
did you have warning signs that you ignored, like before you had spoken to the doctor, that you just kind of like, you know what, nah, I'm good, or like, was there
Yeah.
moments when you could have done something that you recognized and you chose not to?
Yes, sir. So one day I started having these heart palpitations, and that
Mm-hmm.
was letting me know that it was fluid overtaking my heart. You get what I'm saying?
So
So
did your heart ever? Sorry, apologize.
go ahead, go ahead.
I'll say, did your heart ever go from like regular heartbeat and then go tick up high, and then
Yeah,
you had to take a deep breath and go like, boom?
and
I felt
and
that.
sometimes I couldn't snap out of it, and it used to scare me
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's a heart attack. This got to be a heart attack. And then
Mm-hmm.
I sit there with a bag of chips in my hand and throw the chips down because I'm scared. And then as soon as it go back to normal, I pick them back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm
I
good.
I, I wholeheartedly understand that because that's
Yeah,
what me. I felt
yeah,
that too, bro. I felt like when your heart go up here and then you like
yeah.
boom. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I
I can
turn
go
the
ahead and
game
eat this
off.
cookie.
I turn the game off. I turn the lights off. I sit there and you know, dead in there thinking I'm about to die, and then it stops and I go right back to doing the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, the heart issues I saw. So it's crazy because before I ended up in the hospital, I started changing my eating habits after the first scare I had. That it was like it did it for like 30 minutes, and I didn't call the ambulance or nothing. And I started eating salads and stuff. All right, and I started
Mm-hmm.
changing my. I got a DoorDash list. All right, my DoorDash list went from Buffalo Wild Wings, Grotto Pizza, Little Caesars to Wawa chicken wraps, and it was too. It was a little too late. A little too late. I was a smidge late on how I picked my food and what I chose to eat. So I ended up having to be in the hospital. I had water in my legs. Um, and it was seeping out. Like it didn't have nowhere else to go.
Mm.
So the water from my legs started coming out. So all this fluid built up on my heart. It couldn't go nowhere else. So it just started seeping out my legs. It looked like somebody was just spraying me with a water hose. So
Wow.
yeah,
Do they have to put compression socks on you to wrap it up?
yes. When
Mm.
I first ended up in the hospital, I was immobile. I couldn't move. It took eight nurses to transfer me along with the fire department. When I first got to the hospital, I got pulled out of a window. I didn't get, they didn't take me out of my front door. I was unconscious. My oxygen level was at 72, which is very dangerous, even with an oxygen mask on. So that just lets you know they couldn't find my veins, so I got hit in my neck. Very painful. And if I moved, I could have probably lost, nerves in that area. But yeah, it was crazy. So then when I got to the hospital, I ended up on 5 tubes. I wasn't eating solid foods. They had me on 5 IVs, one for
Mm.
water, one for heparin. Then I was taking along with heparin, I was taking a Coumadin. So I was on 2 different blood thinners, water and food. I wasn't eating solid stuff. So I laid in the bed and for about a week and a half, and just by not eating junk food or nothing, I lost a lot of weight. So the heparin was cleaning me up. The Coumadin was taking the fluid away from me. The water
Hmm.
was what I needed because I was dehydrated, very dehydrated. And the food is it was solid, protein and vegetable. Appreciate that.
Hmm.
Heck. So just within that moment, the doctor said you could change your life. You can choose to change your life, or you can keep spiraling down, and you can lose it. I want to be very honest with you. You're dying. So when you hear those type of words, and he said I had a chance. I didn't worry about what he said about me dying. I heard I had a chance. So at
Mm.
that moment, when I saw my sister's face when I was telling her, what I wanted to be cremated, and she asked me what I wanted to wear and all that. I saw her crying and like she lost her best friend. You feel what I'm saying? And that was very painful because I still didn't take it serious then. You know what I'm saying? But then when he said I had a chance, I told my sister like, hey, I want to change my life. And she looked at me and she said, man, I'm so happy to hear you say that. You know, it gave her a little bit of hope. And
Mm.
my motivation of I haven't walked when I was in the hospital. Remind you guys, I didn't move when I was in the house. I'm talking 3 years straight. I never got up out the bed. Everything was at my access along with the help of my aides. So I didn't move. I didn't care about moving. I didn't have the right utensils. I didn't even shit in a regular bathroom. I had to use the bathroom myself and then get clean. Very embarrassing,
Mm.
like a pet house animal type thing. You know what I'm
So
saying?
let's talk about like with all this that's going on and where you are today. Where have you been able to pinpoint where this started from? Like, can you take us a step back? When
My
you were
childhood,
growing up, yeah, your childhood.
my childhood. So my family was heavy set. All of my family, from my grandparents down. Most of them. Sunday dinners, holidays, food. Oh, you so handsome, young man. Chubby cheeks and all that. And that they make you comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And it's they say it's okay to be heavy set. But I wasn't always oversized. I was very active in sports. I played football. I was an all-state defensive tackle, and you know,
Me
um,
too.
I went to college. I lost my scholarship due to hanging around the wrong friends. I had a leg injury, uh, and at all this, I ended up being homeless. I actually ended up on the news. I was living in a church, and I was trying to get into a bariatric facility. Um, Nobody would accept me. Now it's very funny that I say I was trying to get into a bariatric facility, but nobody would accept me because of my size. Now I've never heard of going to a place for big people and they still having a cap limit on the size that you are, which is very it's very
Disheartening.
unfortunate because I know it's a lot of people out there right now that do want to change their life, but there's so many stipulations in medical places that it's just crazy. Like you got somebody that's 700 pounds, 750 pounds, and the only way that they might have a chance is by getting on a show, or they gotta have money. That's the only way. Any other way, it's just so many loopholes you got to get through. You know what I'm saying? In my situation, I wouldn't even be here right now. Um,
Mm.
the hospital I was at actually lied to this facility and told them that I was a certain weight, which I wasn't. But it was too late. By the time they opened up their doors and they cleared the room for me, I got here. by the grace of God, it's unfortunate for them, but it was fortunate for me because I actually got to fight for my life here. But if they really went through the paperwork and came and saw me, then I wouldn't have got here. But thank God that I did make it here because now I'm on a journey that I thought I used to think was impossible because I never tried to do it.
Mm.
Y'all know the key word right there. I never tried, so I always thought it was impossible. Me saying I want to lose weight was a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Uh, I want to lose weight. I used to just say it because I thought it was cool to say, but I have to really do it now. You know what I'm saying? I have to put in that action, and it's been a hell of a journey. It's a lot of obstacles. Your mindset, you just gotta be prayed up. Your support system gotta be tough. But the most important thing is you gotta be there for you. The
Mm-hmm.
person that's up here, you gotta be there for you. Can't worry about what the next person doing. You can't depend on the next person to help you get up in the morning. You gotta do it yourself. You gotta have
So
self motivation.
so what's that like? What's that mental process for you to wake up and say, I gotta live today? Like, where's that at? Because, for me, like, I asked myself, why do I exist? And then I had to go find a reason to live.
Right.
Like, I had to find that reason. So what was that for you?
Let me tell you the truth. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's like dying. Okay, too
Mm.
many times I know what it's like dying. I know what it's like to die. Okay, let me tell you why. I was literally killing myself most of my life, so I know what it's like to die. So let's find out what it's like to live. Right? I wanna go on vacations. I wanna get on jets. I wanna fly a plane. I want to take my wife out to a nice dinner without people looking at me funny, without me being uncomfortable. I want to go to the beach with my shirt on. Hell, I could do that now because I have confidence, but I want to be
Mm-hmm.
healthy. I want to be healthy with it. So I know what it's like to die. I want to know what it's like to live. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So that's my reason why. Like, it's just something that I think of and I dream of all day. I want to live. I know what it's like to die, so I want to live. That's my motivation.
I love that because what that tells me is that you're curious about what living looks like for you.
Exactly.
Like you have the curiosity to say, you
Yeah.
know what, I've experienced what death is, and like this wasn't cool for me. But like I want to be the characters that I built in these video games in real
Yeah,
life. Like
exactly.
that's the connection that I'm hearing, bro. And I love that.
Yeah, man.
So,
So it's like the motivation is there. It be some days where it's like I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And then I think about me trying to squeeze into a Lamborghini or something. Then I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
I want to be able to put my pant legs on without having to call for a nurse or ring a bell. I want to be able
Mm.
to wipe my own ass. I want to be able to. It's the things I want to do that I don't have to depend on other people because I don't care what anybody say. Having to depend on somebody is ass. I
Mm.
gotta wait for somebody after ringing the bell and they get to take their sweet time. You know what I'm saying?
so
Thank you.
you said something to me the other day during our conversation that really broke it down and simplified it, and like you made it sound so simple. And you used almost like a metaphor or an analogy. And I want you to kind of tell everyone about this. And I want you to describe what the piggy bank is.
Okay, so I have this thing called the piggy bank, man. It's about your life. So your life, you walk into this building and you add attributes to your character. All right, it's a video game, right? So we did a lot of things that we wasn't supposed to do, right? So we don't dwell on that. All right. So we headed to the bank. Now the bank, when you go to a bank in real life, your account is either in the negatives or it's in the positive. All right. You got to spend money to make money, of course. But these are the things that you have to deal with in real life. So I took that and I used it as a metaphor for a weight loss journey. So when I make positive decisions, I add on days to my life, and that's money in my piggy bank. Life is wealth. Health is wealth. If you treat yourself wrong, you backslide. So if
Mm-hmm.
I make a wrong decision today, I took away money from my bank. I took away a day of my life, and that's my piggy bank analogy. So when we make wrong decisions, not saying that we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. I'm not saying, oh, you can't. That's against the rules. It's part of the rules. Rules are made to be broken, but they are made to be fixed as well. So if you decide that you made a bad decision today, don't dwell on that. Move forward and start working on building your piggy bank back up, okay? Don't go all the way down in the negatives to the point where you feel like you can't build it back up. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And also remember that it's never too late and never stop. Never stop. Stay consistent. All right? Stay consistent. If you work out today and you feel like you can do a mile today and tomorrow you're so sore, do a quarter of a mile. Do 1/3 of a quarter. Do something. Push yourself and keep moving. Okay? It be days. It be days where I work so hard on a Monday because I'm recuperated from Sunday. I only get 1 hour of PT Sunday. So Monday I can go hard, and then Tuesday I go hard, and then Wednesday, oh, it's hump day. So I'm a little tired, but I still gotta move. So okay, we're not gonna work my legs as much, but let's move my arms. Let's do some type of activity. Thursday come, I'm worn out, but I gotta keep going. I don't have a choice. Don't give up on yourself. Don't refuse yourself. Push yourself, but know your body. So do it safely, okay? So if you work hard on your legs, work on your arms. You work hard on your arms, work on your legs. You get what I'm saying? Just keep your body moving. That's all.
I get it, man. Because you know what? I like the concept of consistency because my mantra in life is my consistency outweighs my doubts.
Right.
But I know you got your own mantra on when you speak, and it's was it clocked in, locked in?
Clocked in, locked in, man.
Clocked in,
The
locked in.
moment
Let's
you open
go.
your eyes, you clock in and you locked in. Until you close them, you open back up, you clock in, you locked in. So I came up with clocked in, locked in because I was sitting there and I was like, one day I couldn't. So my marches, I do marches. So because I can't get on the treadmill right now because they don't have one, I do marches. It's like a fake treadmill, right? So when I first started, I could only do like 10 seconds, right? And I used to look at the clock, and I used to keep my eyes locked on the clock. I used to stay looking at that clock because I'm like, how can I only just do 10 seconds? That's not fair. You feel what I'm saying? And she's like, "You locked on that clock?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm clocked there, locked there." And then boom, it just happened like that. So I'm gonna tell you my progression now. I'm able to walk around the facility with breaks, of course. But I remember when I came into the facility, I came in on a stretcher, and I came in with the fire department and the nurses. Right, I was in mobile. Now I'm walking on my own. Certain things I can do on my own. I'm actually using the toilet now. I used to couldn't use the toilet. I used the bathroom on myself. And I'm an open book to y'all. So y'all, this is my life to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So my marches are now up to 3 minutes. I started at 10 seconds, right? So my marches are getting better. So pretty soon I'll be able to do a full 15 minutes. We working on it, but I've been breaking it down 3-3-3-3-3 or 1-1-1-1-1. But it's just staying consistent, and progression is everything. You know what I'm saying, guys? If you felt like you could do 10 sit-to-stands, try 15 tomorrow. If you can't get to that 15, shoot for 11. One more is better than the last. You get what I'm saying? So always remember that. But don't push yourself to the point where you got to set yourself back. All right?
No, I have
Don't
to say
push
something.
yourself to the point till you don't have to push yourself, set yourself back.
Exactly. So
I'm proud
remember,
of you, man. I'm proud of you.
I'm
remember
super proud.
starting
Seriously,
out.
I
Yeah,
am. I am seriously proud of you because listening to your story, like, even if I've heard it, I could listen to this story over and over again, and I can't tell you how much life this breathes into me. Just the fact that you're doing this and you have the mindset that you have is just absolutely amazing.
And we haven't even gotten started
You
yet.
haven't even touched the
This is
surface
this
of it.
this is halfway through, Tony. We're halfway
yeah.
through, so we want to take a minute to kind
Take a
of
while, dude.
absorb and process everything we've heard. Thank you all so much for the 32,000 likes thus far, halfway through. We appreciate all your support here with the Barry Mel Experience and with DrWeight. We really appreciate you all. We see the comments. You guys are really engaged. We like to take the time here also to make sure that yes, you're drinking your water, Amber. You are taking your vitamins,
Water.
and let's put this into perspective real quick. DrWeight is laying in a hospital bed fighting for his life. All right,
Okay.
every day, clocked in, locked in.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This gives us also the other opportunity to invite any of the males in the comments to know that there is a link in the bio if you're interested in coming and joining us in the bariatric retreat. Bari Male Experience, Bariatric Society, and Bari Nation have come together to do a fundraiser, which we will match so that we can pay for a ticket for a male to attend a bariatric retreat. The application is in a link in the bio if you're interested, along with donations. If any of you all in the comments are willing to make 50-cent donation, a dollar donation, whatever, towards that ticket, again, Bari Male Experience, Bariatric Society, and Bari Nation are going to match it. Also, every Sunday, make sure you tune in to our sister chat, VSG Bestie, and Talk Bari to Me, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. And that's all I got. Do you have anything you all want to add at halftime, Brian or Tony?
Well, don't forget that we have a mental health shop talk that we have on the first Monday of every month that we are actually looking to extend to possibly having twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Has resonated with the men in the community, and we've actually, I think we want to take advantage of the fact that the men are showing up for this, and we are having engaging conversations, and one day a month just pretty much isn't enough. So we're gonna give it a second. We're gonna give it a second day in the month, and we want to have these conversations because honestly, this is something that the men have been looking for, and it resonates with us, and we hear the voice. We want to be able to do something that is here for support for the men in the community.
I'll even set this out to say, guys, next Monday we'll do it again. And the reason why I say this, we're going to do this every 2 weeks now because, yes, I've heard the message from the men. They want this more often. And also we have the Slack app where we have men chatting on a daily basis, checking on guys and making sure they're good. But this here is important to me. This is all I wanted to do, right? I worked in recovery as far as addictions for 7 years. And when I learned my journey and how I recovered myself, I wanted to apply that to the bariatric community. I wanted to apply that to men and their mental health because as you see with this young man here, he's at the cusp of his journey, right? He's at the starting line and he sees where the future goes with this. And this is what I want. I want people to know that their stories are visible. I want people to know that they're important and that they matter and that the mental health of a man matters. We don't have to be strong every day. We can lean on another brother to get where we need to go because at the end of the day, the message is who are we going to be outside of the aspect of just showing up for everyone around us? How do people show up for us? And this is what the Bari Male Experience is about. Us showing up for each other, knowing that we all have a message and we have a bond based on the message we show up for each other.
That's right. And speaking of what the Bari Male Experience is all about, tomorrow we'll be live again. We get to go live with Brenda with ProCare tomorrow. So again, if you all have the time tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune in to ProCare. I think it'll be on their YouTube. They should be live on their YouTube.
You can register for the event. I think the link is in those posts.
Yeah, the links in ProCare's in bio. You can link and register. Let's show up strong for the men. Tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with ProCare Health, we'll be sharing our own experiences and defining again what Bari Male Experience is all about. And I think that's all we got for halftime. I don't know if anything else, guys.
No,
I think we're ready to continue this conversation. I really, again, this is resonating with me, and it's just the mindset that DrWeight has, and just how inspiring this journey is so far. And I actually want to kind of get into the whole fact that with this mindset, you've created yourself your own community of support, and you're doing this all on your own, just helping other bariatric, like other people on a weight loss journey, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Can you get into a little bit of detail about how that came about?
Yeah, all right, man. So y'all gonna laugh. I didn't really do well with social media. I had a lot of skeletons in my closet, so I didn't have the confidence of myself. And then I realized, who am I to hide myself from myself? You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm not comfortable with myself, I'm not gonna sit up here and hide it from other people. So at the end of the day, I made a TikTok, and I said, well, since I'm changing my life, I want to be able to look back and laugh at myself. So I made TikTok to troll myself. I know. I wanted to sit there and laugh at myself, work out, being oversized, and then one day I uploaded a video, and one of my friends had called me and was like, "Hey man, somebody like made a TikTok, man. It's like they're mocking you or making fun of you." And I was like, "No, that's my page, you know." He's like, "Oh man, you went viral," and I was like, "Yeah, right." So I went to go check it, and it was like a whole bunch of comments, good, negative. You know, it was crazy, and I was like, "Whoa!" And it was at 40K. It was at 40K views, and I was like, somebody must have hacked my page. And then I was like, this was just for trolling. And then all of a sudden, I got a message like, "Hey, you know, I commend you for being able to do that and standing up for yourself and changing your life. You just motivated me. I haven't walked in a long time, and seeing you do that just made me get up and walk." And when I read that message, I took it in, and I was like, "Whoa, that is too much uh, power in my eyes." And then right after that message, a second one came in, and somebody was like, "Hey man, you motivated me to change my life. I'm gonna start eating healthy." Then I was like, "These people are playing with me. These can't be real pages." And I go look at their pages, and it's real people. And I caught one of them live, and they was like, "DrWeight, can you come up here and tell us what's going on with you?" And then it didn't get to my head. I'm still a regular person. I still got a journey to go to. But I figured, well, since I'm helping myself and I can help others, why not take this serious? So I wanted to make a community. So I grinded. It took me about a month and a half. I ended up with about 5,000 followers. And I said, well, we could take this further. You know, I want to shoot for 10. And I'm at 6 something now. I'm gonna keep grinding. And I built a community called Clocked In, Locked In. And then I got another community outside of this with Band Lab. And I actually have some of my team from Encompass in it. And they all got their hands in that, which is my PT and my OT, which is Ashley and Haley, and they are two dope individual ladies that have played a big part of my life. And I don't know where my mindset would be without them, because when I first started, it was rough, but they made me feel so comfortable with being uncomfortable. So remember, when you first start off, you got to understand that you're going to be uncomfortable, but you're not going to be uncomfortable for long. You're going to be uncomfortable for now, so you can be comfortable later. Remember that, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But they helped me out, and then all of a sudden, I know this is off topic, but I ran into with my team. And then TikTok started getting a little, crazy, because it was like a lot of comments every day. So I would like everybody comments. It's not a comment that I wouldn't like. And I even like the negative comments, because that's the fuel to my fire. I need that motivation. I love that. You know what I'm saying? They take the time out to make a negative comment, and I want them to keep that same energy after I lose all this weight. What do you have to say now? It was right before your eyes. You made fun of me when I was fat. What are you going to say now? And can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my get back for those negative comments. But moving forward, I have some wonderful people in my corner. I have a sister, I have a brother, I have a couple friends, and I have 2 women that I love dearly. You know what I'm saying? One of them's in here now. Miss Tamika, she got the clock done, lockdown symbol. Shout out to her. Love you, babe. And the other one is Hazel. I don't think she's in here, but you know.
She's there. I see her.
Oh, there she go.
Yeah.
Look at my other baby right there. Clock done, lockdown fam. You know what I'm saying? That's my other wife. So at the end of the day, man, you know, when you have some people that's on your side and they love you and they fighting for you, man, it just feels good. Now let me tell you this. Just because you're big don't mean you're nothing. You're very important to the people around you, to whatever you touch. Remember that you are a importance to this world. Don't ever feel less of a human being because of what you're going through, because it doesn't define who you can be. You just got to tap into it. You know what I'm saying? I am a very communicative person when it comes to being public. Behind closed doors, I'm very shy. All right, I'm gonna let you know this now. I won't front to you guys. I won't lie to y'all. I could talk to y'all all day on this phone. Being that person is a very different, you know, type of vibe with me. But like I said, man, just you could just be yourself. You don't have to look at people that's superstars and think that's how you should be living. You should be living how you should be living, and that's at your speed and that's your progress. All right. Now I want to tell you something. This guy that's sitting next to me, I look at his video like every other day, man. I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, you know, open book, man, open book. He's in the mirror, you know, showing you guys like, yo, this is where I was at and this is where I'm at now. So when you see things like that and you're on the same journey, it's possible. It's so possible, man. It's not impossible. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, man. Like, and then these guys right here, you know, you gotta, you know, it's gotta be God, man. It's gotta be God.
Attitude is everything, and the right mindset is everything. If you don't have hope, you need faith, you need strength. You have to want it, and it has to outweigh everything else that you were living for you to be able to say, "I want to be healthy. I want to live."
Yeah.
Your want to live has to outweigh your will to die. And I think, you know, for a lot of us, we spent many years setting ourselves up to die, and those are habits that are hard to break. So if you have the right mindset, it makes you stronger for the journey. Because again, and you know this journey is not for the faint of heart. It's hard. And it doesn't matter if you have a tool or if you're doing this naturally. Mindset is very key, especially beginning of your journey. If you don't have the right mindset, that's where most people fail in the beginning. So for you to have this type of mindset going forward and to be inspiring other people to help keep you motivated speaks volumes of your character. And I salute you, sir.
We spoke about this the other day. It's something that me and DrWeight have in common is that we grew up a good deal of our life in foster care. And that alone, just like, I mean, all right, DrWeight has the weight to lose, right? I pretty much got to the point where my weight, I've lost the weight I needed to lose. But on top of losing the weight that we need to lose, we have the mental to deal with, because now, you know, we can't turn to food, you know, anymore. We can't turn to drugs anymore. We can, but we know what road that's going to lead us down. So now we got to take on those mental incapacities. We have to take on that part of the journey where we're preparing or repairing our sobriety and taking care of our mental health. And it just puts, again, into perspective what we're going through along this journey and what we're dealing with. It's just incredible for me to see or be witness to make friends and get to know someone such as yourself that are holding on to those things deeply mentally and still persevering. So it's huge, man.
Foster care is a barrier within itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even place the imagine of like being in somebody's shoes that you grow up with a family that's not even your immediate blood. But what I've learned, um, family ain't blood. Family is what you make it. You know what I'm saying? But at that age, you don't get to pick your setting. They pick it for you. So you know, bouncing, home to home and place to place is just not comfortable. Um, a lot of things can happen with the parents, or not even just the parents, the kids of the parents. You know what I'm saying? You might not fit in, or it just a lot of things that could go wrong in foster care. It's rare where you see somebody say, "Oh, I love it here." You know what I'm saying? It's very rare. Um, but what I do want y'all to understand, like I'm still traumatized from being in foster care, because the system is so broken. Like when you turn 18, they're like, "All right, we're done. We don't get paid for you anymore." It isn't like a family type vibe where they say, "Oh, well, let me help you figure out how to get into college, or let me help you figure out how you should get this apartment, or how you should, get your job." And I had to do that. I had to raise myself, and I didn't do a very good job, but I did a great fucking job. You know what I'm saying? So I made it enough to where I survived to here. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I was perfect at it, but I'm still alive, and I still made it to out of the most crazy situations I've ever been in. So at the end of the day, foster care was one of my traumas. I never really worried about anything. When you under the state, I lived in a group home called Murphy School. You know, very spoiled. But the setting was different. It wasn't my type of people. It was, but that's beside the point. All right. What I'm trying to tell you is, you're going to have obstacles and barriers in your life, and sometimes it do put you in situations where the only comfort you really can find is food. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Um, Food is very comforting. You know what I'm saying? It tastes good, but you got to remember, it's just like sex. Once you finish it, you feel disgusted about it, especially when you gluttony. You get what I'm saying? You do too much
Mm-hmm.
of it. You do too much of it, and then you like, damn. And then you end up doing it again and again and again and again and again and again, and it becomes a problem. And food is just like drugs. Food is a drug. It's a drug. Whether you see it or not, you can laugh about what I'm saying. Food is a drug. It's a drug, and it becomes you become you start with bench eating, right, and then you don't you start doing it without even noticing. It becomes secondhand nature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you start bringing snacks to your room, and they're on the side of your bed, on your dresser. Every 30 minutes, you got something in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it gets worse and worse and worse, and then by the time you realize it, you're like, oh man, I'm 800 pounds. And then
And
somebody asked me a question like, "How do you didn't notice?" And I'm not gonna sit up here and say I didn't notice that I was oversized. I knew I was oversized. Did I ever get on the scale to look at my weight? No, I never
mm-hmm.
got on the scale. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Just depress myself even more and go to the store and get something else. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when I did finally hit the scale, it was a wake up call. Not too much to the point where I'm like, I need to change my life.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, damn, I'm almost the size of my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And that just it hurt. It hurt to the point where I used to get frustrated, like, why my friends never want to come see me? I wouldn't want to come see
Mm-hmm.
me either like this. You know what I'm saying? What could they say? Let me help you wash yourself? Or, that's not their responsibility, but it's a lot of weight on them as well. You may not see that. You may not understand that. You may like, maybe they don't want to be rude to you or things like that, but you got to understand, like, it's a lot of responsibility, being a friend of an overweight person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be considerate of their feelings. You have to watch what you say. Things like that, because depression is real. Am I getting off topic? I don't
No,
know.
no, 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 no.
I
You're
just
very on topic. I wanted to even pivot to this idea because now you're in the thick of what you're doing. What would you tell yourself a year from now? What would you want to have like accomplished? What would you want to tell yourself a year from now to kind of maybe give you the motivation to say, "This is what I accomplished."
I would tell myself later on now, I'm glad you didn't give up, bro. I'm
Mm.
glad you stuck to the path. I'm glad you kept it honest. I'm glad you put your heart and your mind to it. I'm glad you were able to understand that life is of an abundance and it's for you. It's for you. You know, I cried that night when I realized like I almost lost myself, you know, and I apologized to myself. You know, I wasn't I always cared about my wants and I never gave into my needs. All right. I needed to be healthy, but I wanted to eat unhealthy. So I always catered to my wants. I never catered to my needs. You get what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it just wasn't fair to myself. It wasn't fair to me. And I just had to apologize to myself. I saw my brother make a post one day and he said, "I'm sorry I wasn't there for you." And then I looked and I was like, "What is he talking?" He was talking about himself,
Mm.
you know. And my brother went through the bariatric program, um, and he's doing phenomenal. He has a beautiful wife, which is my sister. She motivated him. Yo, the life that a woman could give a man is crazy. I know y'all probably like, what is he talking about? Okay, so look, a woman can motivate a man to do things, you know, speak existence of life into him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know
Mm-hmm.
how much women don't know how much power they carry in their tongue to a man's ear, you know? And if you don't know that by now, then you should, because if you have a woman that lets you know that she's gonna be by your side no matter what, either good or the bad, and she pushes you, it's no amount of power that anybody could ever understand. And if you don't know that, you're underestimating a female, because those are the same women that brought us men up here in this world. Those are the same, that lady that raised you, if you had a mom, you get what I'm saying, or you had that sister, those are the women that drove us to motivation. And if you don't know that, man, I'm telling you, you're underestimating a woman, man. You don't understand. When my lady came here, I was depressed. All right, the situation with the Ohio thing fell through, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was like, man, I'm done with this. You know, I tried my hardest. I fought
Was
my
this just
hardest.
recent? Was this just recent?
Yes, this
Yeah.
was 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, we talked about that. Okay,
Yeah.
and then all right, go ahead, go ahead.
Now go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
because I wanted to talk about that too,
Yeah, let's talk
but
about it.
I just because that program fell through for you,
Yeah.
and now now you're facing having to possibly leave where you are now,
Yeah.
and then
So
we spoke about what are you going to do, like what's going to happen, how are you going to stay on track,
yeah.
like what the f, like it's
Yeah. So I had a goal.
we're worried about you essentially.
Yeah. So I had a goal. My goal was to go to Ohio facility. They had bariatric machines, and when I tell you, this was like fat man heaven. All right, could be hell for some, but heaven for most, because you want to live. You know what I'm saying? So they had treadmills for my size. They had a swimming pool. They had things that, you know, would help me move along my journey about 10 times fast. So that fell through. My insurance situation, paperwork got denied, so it went backwards. So now they're talking about discharge me back to my apartment that I sat in for 3 years and almost killed myself.
Mm.
Well, I'm not that same person anymore, and I can honestly say that to you. But am I worried? Hell yeah, I'm worried. Okay, let me tell you why. Because the tools that I need to move around are very heavy. All right, and I'm in a basement. My apartment is in a basement. Okay, it goes down 15 steps. So imagine having to carry up a steel of 200 pounds, damn near, which is a chair, to go up these steps and then go down steps. Okay. Not only that, the bathroom isn't my size. That's why I didn't use the bathroom in the first place. The kitchen is little. You know, that's the last place I'm worried about. But you still got to drink, you still got to eat, you still got to take care of yourself. So these are the things that I will be dealing with if I happen to go back to this place. Now, am I fighting to make another decision of trying to find somewhere else? Yes. But the time is ticking in the compass. I've been here for 90 days. This is
Mm-hmm.
technically a 7 to 14-day stay. Okay. So, mind you, I told you guys I'm at 90 days. They've been more than opening for me. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when they say my time is coming, I understand. I mean, they've been very helpful. And I put them through situations they never been in before. You get what I'm saying? But you guys got to remember, I'm also helping them to open their eyes up to what things could be in the future. Um, they never dealt with my type of situation before. So when the next person come in that happens to be they know what to do. You get what I'm saying? So not only is it, changing for them, but it'll be changing for the people that in the future. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's not a loss. It's a win. It's a win-win because they are careful with me. They do help me. The PT, OT, they're great. We improvise with a lot of things, and it helps. But going back home, after I got that news, my wife was on the phone and she was talking to me, and she said, "I know that voice." And when she said she knows that voice, that's my irritated, I'm done voice. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "I know that voice." And right after that situation happened, I didn't really tell nobody. I told my sister and them, and they was like, "What? What's going on?" How I fell through. She booked a flight. She booked a flight all the way from Las Vegas, and she ran out here, and she basically came and she took care of me for that week. She stayed here in the room with me. She stayed in the room with me, and she did everything that a nurse would do. The aides and nurses here didn't even have to do anything while she was here. She took care of me, and she prayed over me, and she just wished that I, keep going and not to give up. And you gotta understand, she came all the way from Las Vegas. She could have went anywhere else in the world. She could have saw anybody else. She could have dealt with anybody else. She came from Las Vegas, a trip from Las Vegas, all the way to come and see me to make sure I
Mm-hmm.
stay motivated on my path. And if that ain't love, then I don't know what the hell you would call that. So, she pushed me. That was my first time walking around the facility. She was there to see it herself. She even made a little video. And we had a good time, and sad to see her leave that day, but like I said, man, a woman could speak so much power and existence into you, you wouldn't even know. But the motivation that I almost lost, she helped me regain it. Not saying that I wanted to quit, I wanted to give up. She said she wasn't having it. She came down, she talked to me, she pushed me, and I'm back on track. All right. Now, when those times come, because they will come, guys, let me tell you, when you're ready to just throw the towel in, you just gotta fight, gotta fight, gotta fight. It's gonna be obstacles. It ain't gonna be easy. This ain't an easy task. This is for the gods, man. This is
Mm-hmm.
not an easy task. You talking about, you know what I'm saying? But then you gotta remember the little things as well. It's always about the little things. You gotta remember what I told you. I used to couldn't move at all. Now I'm moving. So there's
Mm-hmm.
no excuse. There's no excuse to why I'm gonna stop moving. That's not the key here. The key is to keep going, to get better, to do better, to keep pushing. So you got to remember the little things as well on this journey. Don't look at it like, oh, I'm not here. I wanted to be here. No, you're where you need to be. You're where you need to be. Keep going, and you'll get there eventually. It's not a race. It's a marathon. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
saying? And stop looking at other people's progression. Please worry about yourself. Focus on you. You know what I'm saying? Focus on you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That spoke to my heart, man. I respect and I love how you have shown up for yourself in your life,
Yeah,
how you've taken a situation that could have been detrimental to your health and the obstacles that came with it and
yeah,
said, I'm going to use that as motivation instead of looking at it as a way to continue to put a nail to your coffin.
yeah,
I always tell people this, like, the narratives we keep in our head that are killing us are the reasons why there's nails to a coffin. They're the
yeah,
periods to every end of a sentence to why we won't do something versus what we're willing to do. So
yeah,
for you to be willing to do, to wake up, to change, to show up for yourself, to then take what you have and create this self-actualization of how you love yourself, and
yeah,
then transcend it to a platform where you got 5,000 people in your platform and you getting people participating and you're motivating. This is what this is about.
hell yeah,
You use your narrative, your story, your message, your struggles, and you provide the ability for other people to feed into that change.
yeah.
All right. You
The
pour
day,
into other people.
the day I realized like I didn't care about what other people say is the day I took a shower on TikTok. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I took a shower on TikTok on camera with my A helping me, and that's when I realized like I didn't give a damn what nobody said about me because the only thing they could say about me is I'm fat. That's about it. They can't say I don't love myself because obviously I do. I love myself enough to show you guys that I love myself. You know what I'm saying? They can't
Mm-hmm.
say anything else but I'm fat because they can't say I'm ugly. They can't say anything like that. You get what I'm saying? I'm a handsome young man. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the only thing they can say is that I'm fat, and everybody know that's very obvious. That's the key to my life right now. I'm a big guy. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you can build that confidence, nothing will get in your way. Trust me. And I know that's hard for a lot of us because it was not easy for me. Do you know what it was like back in the day going to a swimming pool and I got double D's and I'm looking at everybody swim around and I'm just so uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm so uncomfortable. And it was like waiting on somebody to say a bad comment so I could run to the car and cry. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to be, but now it's like I am who I am, and I'm changing it. So deal with it. And if you don't, then walk away. You don't have to say anything to me. Keep your comments to
Absolutely.
yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Mm. You know.
That's amazing.
Hey, make sure y'all follow the page. Clock and Lock the Fan. Make sure y'all all tap in. Subscribe if you can. You know, send the heart up there, get your heart points and all that. You know. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
these guys for giving me a platform to talk on.
Hey, no
That's
problem,
that's what
man.
we're here for.
We're here for that.
And
Hey, yeah, we definitely consider you, one of our brothers, man.
For
So
sure.
make sure, we get because when we usually have people up on panel, we get off going into our own journeys and doing what we got to do or what have you. We lose a little bit of contact, but we want to make sure that you know that we're always here for you as
For
much as
sure.
we possibly can. I sent you that link earlier today for the Slack. The
Okay,
Slack,
okay.
yeah, yeah,
That so tap on that.
yeah. Just tap on it
I didn't know. I didn't know. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and join us, man, because
yeah,
we're there. We're
that'll
in this
download the
together.
app for
Yeah.
you, and then inside of that app, we've created a group for men's support.
Okay, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
there. I'm there, man. I'm there, man. I'm open arms to you guys. Just like you guys welcome me in. I'm not gonna lie. When y'all first came to me, I was a little skeptic because I was like, "What do they want with me?" You know, these guys are already lost their weight. You know what I'm saying? I
Shit.
want
I
to be
get it.
around a bunch of people that done did it already. You know, I want to hang around the people that's going through it.
Hey, we
But
got a
Mm-hmm.
lot. We got a
And
lot
this
to
journey
work
doesn't
on.
end. You
yeah,
Yeah,
said
but
it
no.
yourself. It's a marathon.
when I saw how welcome you guys were and y'all actually meant business, it wasn't about trolling or anything. I was like, man, when I saw his page up there, and I was like, and I was telling my wife, Tamika, I was like, bro, this guy, he fucking rock, I
Mhm.
saw him on this damn machine, and he got his body in the air, and I'm like, man, hell yeah, you know what I'm
He's
saying?
doing it. That's right.
Appreciate it.
That's right. And we definitely like to thank you, man, so much for joining us tonight, man. We love you. We're
Yeah,
here for you whenever, whatever. And you got our number. Hit us
yeah, for
up.
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Um,
Always
I
reach
actually
out,
talked
man.
to them. We actually talked a couple nights. Was it last week? Last week, and it was a sister y'all had. She was pretty cool.
yeah, yeah,
Shar?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Charlotte, she was dope, and
Yeah.
she was telling me about the healthy things that you could pick that may seem unhealthy, but it's healthy. It was pretty dope. Because I actually got one of those coming in for my drink, my water. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, instead of drinking ginger ale and stuff like that, I could pick
Oh,
up.
the Crystal Lights and
Yeah.
the zero sugars. Yeah,
When
yeah,
I saw that, I was like, woo! I could I could push a little bit harder now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You got a little
And
flavor in
also
your water. I got that.
use it as a treat and not a oh, this is what I'm drinking. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
and
so
that was
you don't want that journey to be boring. You want to be
yeah,
able to feel like you're treating yourself here and there. I mean, obviously everything in moderation, but there are alternatives that you can do. That doesn't have to be junk food.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
Um,
Man.
Just to help you,
kicking
to
that
help you
was like
successful.
I'm telling you guys when I first got to the hospital, I had and this one I knew like food can be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So the things I was used to eating, I had to go cold turkey on. You know what I'm saying? Like instantly. Because first of all, I'm getting fed through a tube, and I'm going through tubes and IVs. But the dietitian came in and said, you're gonna be eating bland food once I started eating solid food again. And she said,
Hmm.
let me know if you have any problems. And I literally had the shakes for like 4 days. I had the shakes. When I tell you my nerves was bad, um, I didn't taste the soda.
Yeah,
I,
it's the sugar
I
and carb
yeah,
withdrawal.
I had like withdrawal issues, and I'm like, this probably got to be the fattest thing I've ever heard of. And so when I'm talking to the dietitian, I'm letting her know, like, I'm shaking and stuff. She's like, "Oh, your body's going through changes." And a week later, it got better, but I still had cravings. You know what I'm saying? So then they came up with, stuff like this, sugar-free gum, like sugar-free gum, like stuff like this.
Yeah.
Sugar-free gum. It also helps you with dehydration when you're working out. Um, Sugar-free gum and stuff like that instead of eating junk food. Chew gum and just drink water. Water before your meal, so you don't. You know what I'm saying? Feel like you need to be hungry and stuff like that. But it's been a journey, man. Like trying to stay on path. It's so easy to knock yourself off. And I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. Like it be days where you just be like, man, I wish I could have a piece of pizza or something like that. But you
Yeah,
gotta
and we
remember,
all go through it.
yeah, you gotta remember what you're doing it for and why you're doing it and where you used to be. Because making all those wrong decisions before should make you want to live right, especially after hearing a doctor tell you that you're dying and
Remember,
you out.
I mean, you can still have certain things. Check with the dietitian, check with your doctors and stuff. But
Yeah,
there are alternatives that you can do. If you want pizza, they make the little cauliflower like crust thing.
Hmm.
But like again, proportion sizes and sometimes all you need is that little bit of taste of something to kill that craving.
yeah.
I mean, you don't need to sit there and eat an entire pizza. You get
Facts,
that little
facts,
bit of taste, man, and
facts.
it'll go a long way to kill the craving, and that's what a lot of us do. And it's a mental thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then it just be sitting there like one day I was talking to Ashley. Ashley said, "You want to eat some junk food? Let's work out." He said, "Never mind. You keep those chips." I done worked 3 hours. I done worked out for 3 hours already. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's things. Those are the type of people you want around you that keep you honest. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I got lucky. I got lucky, and hell yeah, I got lucky, man. And I just keep meeting more and more good people, and it's like I'm destined to do this. I know for sure I'm supposed to be in this situation because, like, I ain't gonna lie. Whoever made TikTok, shout out to them. I ran into some great people. I built my foundation through y'all. And then I just keep on gaining more and more special people in my life. And then I can't wait to sit up there on the stage and talk about Barry Male experience through a book I wrote on the stage for motivational speaking about losing
Mm.
weight, to building bariatric facilities. I got a whole plan in my head. Hey, I ain't
So
gonna lie to y'all. I'm a multi-million-dollar man in my head right now.
I feel you, bro.
now you talk about this like so again. Then this almost piggybacks off of what Ryan said. Like if you could talk to yourself a year from now, like what do you aspire to do in the next year or so? Like give yourself a short term goal. What are the things you want to aspire to do?
So, before I leave here, I want to be able to walk without using anything, right? Not only that, I want to start going around and meeting people that are in my situation to try to find out if we can get them help or not. You get what I'm saying? Um, the spark to that is I always been a helper.
Hmm.
And I know that from when I was little. I used to put myself in the worst situations ever because I remember one day, right? I was probably like young, and we had a thing called the library carnival. You know where they would come and sell books. Y'all remember that in school?
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So my grandma, my foster care grandma, she gave me money to go to the book fair and to get some books. And my favorite books was like R.L. Einstein, Goosebumps. I used to love those books. And one of my friends came with me, and they was in a less fortunate situation where they was like, they didn't have no money for the book fair, and they wanted some books. And I was like,
Hmm.
well, I went to the book fair last week, so I gave them my money. And I gave them too much money because I end up not being able to get lunch.
Hmm.
So so I get home and I'm telling my grandma like, hey, I ain't eat at school, and she's like, I gave you money for lunch, and I was like, I gave one of my friends some money to get some books and stuff, and she was like, that's that Pisces in you, you just always a helper. And she smiled and she gave me some money and she told me to bring my friend to the house, and I brought him to the house, and me and him was close ever since, and then I call him my brother. But ever since then, I knew that I was always out to help people, even when I didn't have it or I give out my last. And I got a big heart, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful with that sometimes. But that was another part of the reason why I am how I am now. Now you guys are like, what do you mean by that, right? So um, the situations I end up in is because I always give more to people than I will ever receive back, right?
Hmm.
Um, that can also lead to depression because you're not wanting what you gave back. You just want some acknowledgement, right? So I've been people that I done helped that hang around other people that wouldn't help them for 1 second, right? And that's what you call buying friends, all right? So sometimes you don't feel as important, but you want to feel important. So you'll do anything to make anybody happy in your life, whether they're for you or not, right? Even when
Hmm.
God give you those signs to say, "Hey, that person ain't for you," you don't listen. You don't listen. You don't listen, right? And you still do it. And some people are in your life for a reason and a season, a blessing and a lesson. Well, that's my problem. I always cared about people more than I cared about myself. You
Hmm.
understand where I'm coming from? I cared
I feel
about
you.
100%.
other people. I cared about other people more than I cared about myself. And y'all say, well, what does that got to do with your weight? It got a lot to do with my weight because I wouldn't care what I'm going through as long as I can make somebody else smile and happy. That was
Yep.
my thing in life. That was my that because I was already overweight and I didn't have family or friends like that. So I would see somebody in a situation, I would run over there happy as hell trying to help them out. Don't know them from a can of paint and not
Hmm.
realizing like, I check on somebody before I check on myself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, did you go to the doctors today? No, damn well, I ain't go to the doctors today, but I'm
Hmm.
checking on somebody else. That's what contributed to some of my weight gain is worrying about others before I worry about myself. You know what I'm saying? Or I would be late on rent because I would help somebody else with their rent. You know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't do the same for me, but I didn't care about that. I just wanted to feel important. You know what I mean? So just certain things that could trigger so many roads to where you lead yourself to. And I know I'm talking a lot, but I just felt it in
No,
my
it's all
spirit.
good.
I felt it in my spirit to let y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I love. If I deal with you in my life, I love you. It don't take me 5 days to say I love you. I love you right then and there because you're a presence in my life, and I know if we're meant to be around each other, we're meant to be around each other. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. I want to ask you this, and maybe this is my last question. And I know I have to go attend something pretty soon, but for you, man, what's the last thing you want to leave us guys knowing? What do you want to leave and understand, like the support? Like, what is the last message you want to leave?
Um, the last serious message I want to leave y'all with is I know it's hard, right? And I know you sitting there and nobody's in your shoes. Nobody could understand how you feeling. Because at the end of the day, you put in all that work, and everybody see you putting in that work. And it may still not be enough for you to understand that what you're doing is good for yourself. When you go lay down at night and you're by yourself and nobody's around you, and I'm talking about for the lonely guys that are my size, when you go to lay down at night and you feel like you're the only one there, remember you're not alone. Always reach out. Don't get in your head. That is the most dangerous thing you could ever do. Let me tell you why. Too much thinking is a dangerous thing. All right? You can stop your blessings like that. You can stop your blessings
Hmm.
like that. So, fellas and ladies, the situation that you're in, don't let it take over your life, all right? When you go to lay your head down at night, know that you did enough for that day. That day, okay?
Hmm.
Know that you put in the effort and the time to change your life for tomorrow because tomorrow is never promised. But you put your foot forward today, right? And tomorrow's coming, you're going to do the same thing. And when you lay down and you check in with yourself, you let yourself know, I did good today. I'm going to do better tomorrow. I did better today. I'm going to do great tomorrow. I did great today. I do greater tomorrow. You always keep that in the back of your head. So remember, that is my last thing. Don't overthink anything. What's for you will be for you, and what's not won't. Okay? Remember, the Ohio trip was in my vision. That was my finish line. That was my push. It got snatched from me. So now, guess what? I got to recalculate my steps. I got to
Hmm.
find another route. All right? That GPS is still on. It don't turn off. It's still
Hmm.
on. We just got to reroute. You know what I'm saying? So when you lay down and you by yourself and you start thinking, just let yourself know, hey, I did a good job today. That's what I'll leave
Man,
you
Did we just have a
man.
mic drop moment?
Yeah,
I don't
definitely
think
have a
we
mic
did.
drop moment.
with.
Yes, we did.
Man.
For sure.
We seriously, we just, Rab, do you have any other questions?
Nah, that was a mic drop.
No, I mean, we wouldn't have let you go. We know that you had a voice. We know that we wanted to give you this platform
For sure.
to share your thoughts and to share your vision. Because honestly, like just your mindset alone, just the conversation we had the other night, we knew that we were going to go over the hour, and
Yeah,
it didn't matter to us. We had to give you this platform to be able to say your piece,
for
and
sure.
we just want
And
to
I
let
and
you
I
know
and
we
I
appreciate you.
and I humbly appreciate it. And I'll start tagging Barry Mel Experience in my videos if
Oh yeah,
that
for sure.
you don't mind.
We appreciate that, and
Yeah.
and just know that you can reach out to us anytime.
For sure. I got your number.
All
I actually saved y'all names in my phone.
right,
You
and
know
Good,
how some
we
good.
people
want
just have
check-ins. We
numbers.
want you to check in with us.
For
We're going to
Yeah,
sure.
check in with
For
you.
sure.
Okay.
And I
yeah.
And
also
the
let you know.
and the Slack too. Join that Slack because then we're
Oh
right
yeah, yeah,
there
I'm gonna
with each
tap
other
in.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let y'all know about what's going on, the transition move. I definitely want to meet you guys in real life, man. I would love
Oh,
to.
for sure, man.
Most
I would love to
definitely.
do that for
I
sure.
For
travel.
sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I honestly, I think you're not too far from Rab now.
No, you're
No.
not.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not. But
Yeah.
we can make it happen, man. Anything's
All right.
possible, man. So
For sure, man.
you can lock in, man. I would love to work out with you guys or whatever, you know. So, we can start this thing up, man. And I'll tap in. And I want to say I appreciate your crowd that you had in here. They was very welcoming. I see you guys in here. Nadia, I see y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Miss Amber, Kentucky, I seen you in here, man. Just shout out to y'all. Shout out to my wives, Tamika and Hazel, Tara. I seen you. Triple that. I seen you, man. Let's go, man. I appreciate it. I see you on the journey as well. Let's keep on going, man. Let's build this community stronger. Let's get to reaching out to people that think that they don't have anybody in their corner, and let's keep it moving, man. Keep the ball
For
going.
sure.
100%.
For sure, man. Thank you for
Now
everything.
that he's done taken all of our women followers from us this evening.
Next
Nah,
Tuesday,
we
there's
in
gonna
this
be like
together,
4
man.
people
We in
in
this
here.
together.
Oh, no
Y'all done
problem.
signed me. Y'all signed me, man. I'm Barry Mel Experience now, man.
Hey, I
We got a
love it. I love
contract
it.
now,
Love
man.
that.
I'm gonna
That's right.
sign the papers over, man.
That's right, man.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So, just a reminder for you all: tomorrow night, Barry Mel Experience. Myself, Tony, and Ryan will be live with Barry Connected Pro Care Health with Brenda tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back again next Taco Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to tune in to the SG Bestie Talk Barry to Me every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check the link in the bio if you know any males or if there are any males in the comments that want to join the bariatric
Retreat.
society retreat meetup in San Diego. We have an application there for anyone interested in attending. We are raising money with Barry Male Experience, Bariatric Society, and Barry Nation so that a male
Let's
can
go.
attend, and we're willing to match what is ever donated in those proceeds so that we can get another male
Let's
out there
go.
who
Let's
wants
go.
to
That's
attend.
great. Yeah.
We got a Slack group that all males can attend, so you can get day-to-day, support. Even like when DrWeight was saying, when you go down and you lay down in bed, or you're going throughout the day and you got something that comes to mind that's giving you a little trouble, or you need to talk to someone now just for some support, use the Slack. Get on there,
Yes.
reach out. We're here for you guys. Thank you so much for the 46,005 likes. That's amazing. We
Woo!
appreciate each and
Get
every
it to
one
50
of
real
you.
quick. Hurry up.
It won't be the first time we've been there, but yes, this
Yeah.
community is, and if you haven't realized it, this community and the supporters for this platform are absolutely amazing.
I see, man.
They've
It's easy.
they've made these 8 months the most gratifying and fulfilling 8 months that
You guys are coming up on your anniversary, huh?
Yeah.
Slowly but
I mean,
surely.
honestly, 8 months strong right now. We just continue to keep going. We keep showing up every week, and we want to be able to bring every bariatric male. We want to be there for them, and we want to be able
Yeah,
to
let's
give
go,
them a
man. Let's
platform
go,
and a
man.
voice.
Don't
Thick cut
forget
guy, I
this.
see you in here too, man. What's up, brother?
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube. And I feel like there's something else I'm missing. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're trying to make it to 100. We want 100 men at the bariatric retreat.
Y'all also got gear, right? Y'all got gear?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
gear on them.
Hey, babe, get a t-shirt, man, and tuck it for me. Tuck it for me.
It's
Yeah.
in the bio under the shop. Oh, that's
sure.
what I was forgetting that I do not want to forget. The woman in this community, we cannot thank you more for your
Amen.
continued support. Like DrWeight said earlier, if it wasn't for y'all, I don't know what we would do without you.
Hell yeah.
Barry Mel Experience could not exist without your support. We appreciate and love each and every one of you all continuously. And thanks for always showing up for us every Taco Tuesday. See y'all next
Exactly.
week.
All right, Rab.
Peace. What?
You're already doing it, but again, it felt empty last week without it happening. So I'm letting you close it out for us this week.
All right,
Okay.
y'all.